Hey everyone, this question comes from Cindy in Colorado. She recently just did her first event of the season in open water, and she did not practice open water swimming before her first event. Therefore, it was quite the experience for her to have her first swim of the season be the actual event. So I wanted to talk a little bit about fears and how to conquer them in training, especially if you don't have access to open water before your first event. The first thing I think that comes to mind, at least my first open water swim experience, was not being able to see the lake or the bottom of the lake. My first open water swim triathlon was in 1992, and I was a college swimmer, and I still remember diving into that dirty, brownish, greenish lake. It was actually very warm, and I immediately popped my head out because I couldn't see anything. And it was kind of an interesting experience for me, being a strong swimmer, having that distraction or that intimidation or whatever I felt when I couldn't see the bottom. And thankfully I am a swimmer, so I swam as fast as I could so I could get out. So not seeing the bottom of the pool, you can practice that in a pool, not seeing the bottom in a lake or whatever body of water you're in. You can practice that by swimming with your eyes closed in the pool. It may sound silly, but it really does work. It's a little bit of a different fear when you're swimming with your eyes closed in a pool, but at least you can stand up, get to the wall, hold on to the lane line if you get a little bit nervous. So do that in a pool. The second thing is just being in a big, vast body of water. You're used to swimming in a closed lane line, and so not having those barriers keeping you in could be a little intimidating. I know some people can kind of get in open water, get in a groove, and then all of a sudden they stop to clear their goggles or to sight a buoy, or for some other reason they stop. They go vertical, they start looking around them, and they realize that they're not very close to shore. And sometimes they're only about 50 meters away, but it just looks like they're farther than they really are. So they get a little bit of anxiety because there's nothing to hold on to. So my best experience with that is to try to get in a body of water or in the pool without lane lines, and try to just, get out in the middle of that pool where you don't have the lane lines, and practice treading water, practice floating, and just practice doing some things that you'll be doing in the open water to help overcome that little bit of intimidation that a big, vast body of water may create for you. Excuse me. The third thing is usually a swim start. If you're like me and you're not used to swimming near anyone, I swim alone in my own lane, then swimming with other people with arms and legs thrashing in the water, maybe you get hit, maybe you get your goggles kicked off, that could be a little bit of intimidation. So the way I suggest you overcome that is trying to join a master's group or bring all your friends to the pool with you, buy them a beer afterwards or something like that, and get them all in one lane. I know when I coached masters swimming, I would get all the swimmers in one lane. Sometimes that could be as much as 20, so we'd use 2 lanes. They'd all try to put one part of their body on the wall, whether it's their hand or foot, and then I'd say ready, set, go, and they'd all swim to the other end together. That was actually a very ideal way to practice a mass open water swim start. Again, it's not always possible, but something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind as far as getting the goggles knocked off your head is the next time you go swim is swim and take your goggles off and just at least get a feel and practice what it feels like to swim without your goggles. Practice what it feels like to tread water while you're putting your goggles on. I know this is stuff that people don't think about, but it's really simple to practice in the pool, and you really want to be as best prepared for the open water swim experience as you can be. The most intimidating factor, I think, of open water swimming, especially in the early season, is the cold water temperatures. I have a process that I go through when I'm teaching open water swim clinics, and it's getting in and out of the water 4 times, if at all possible, if you have a chance to warm up before the event starts. You get in, you get about halfway, about hip width in the water. You get out, warm up, get in again. This time you go about shoulders. Get your shoulders wet in the water. This time the cold water is going to get in your wetsuit a little bit. Then you get out, your body temperature is going to warm that water that just went in your wetsuit. And then that third time you get in, you start to do some bobbing, you start to do some breath control. Exhale underwater, inhale above water, exhale, exhale, inhale. If you want, get out that fourth time, and then by that fourth or fifth time getting back in the water, you should start doing some strokes, breaststrokes, freestyle strokes, just to warm up your muscles as well as continue to warm up your breathing rate. And usually by the time of your start wave, if you do that little 5-10 minute water acclimatization process, you're going to be a lot further ahead than most people who don't. And when the gun goes off, you're ready to take the plunge. Something that you can do at home to get ready for the cold water plunge is fill your bathtub up with ice, slowly get your body into it, and submerge your head and body and everything, and just practice that bobbing motion in your bathtub where you're going underwater, exhaling, you're coming above water and inhaling. Again, even if you only do this bathtub experience once, you're going to be way farther ahead than someone who has never experienced that head rush, breathtaking experience that a cold open water swim could present itself to you. So these are just mainly the 4 main things that I recommend to prepare for your first open water swim of the season and any open water swim of the season. With my 25 years of experience, I still get breathlessness the first time I'm in open water. And even if the open water is 70 degrees, that's still about 15 degrees colder than what I'm used to training in. So 70 degrees is still a little bit chilly to me. So hopefully this helped. If you guys have a question, I'd love for you to go to speakpipe.com/endurance hour, leave me a voicemail, comment below, or send me an email to Wendy@t2coaching.com with your question. I would love to record my answer, because if you have the question, more often than not, someone else does. So please ask and I will answer. I have 25 years experiences to share with you, and education is so important in what I do as a coach. So hopefully you'll make it a great day.